Do you love the survival shows but not the drama? Do you ever wonder if the skills they show are for real? Come with Justin Wolf and Larry Roberts as they show what it takes to really do what they show on TV. Watch them as they act out different scenarios and show you the common mistakes most people make when faced with the tough choices you can be faced with when all does not go as planned in the wild.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Clothed and Confident. Today's episode is going to be the Prepared Hunter. Now I'm going to reset the camera up and show you what type of gear I'm going to be taking on this expedition. Okay guys, let's go with the upper body first. Short sleeve shirt on. Well, first I've got a wicking type underlayer on. Wicking type base layer, like an Under Armour shirt. Then I've got a short sleeve shirt and a long sleeve shirt, cotton. Cotton for me is fine. It makes a nice barrier between my skin and wool. As long as I don't get it wet, as long as I'm careful and don't sweat, it'll be fine for me. Just some wool pants, nothing special. Just Korean War era military surplus pants. Little modification with some side pockets. Semi-thick wool socks. Okay, the only ones I've been able to find have been usually an 80-20 blend, but either way, nice wool socks. My boots are going to be kind of a little over the top. My toes are still a little tingly. I don't want to get them super cold, but just a nice snow boot. The temperatures are going to be approximately the same as what they were, except for just a little bit colder. I'm guessing about 10 degrees colder than what they were for my Unprepared Hunter series. So right now it's 34. It's going to get colder as the night progresses. This is my kit right here. You saw how much it weighed. Let's take a look at what's inside of here. I've got an extra cover element. It may not seem like a lot, but it's a military type scarf. A lot of uses for this, besides just cover. If I really needed to, I could stuff it full of stuff, because you see it's basically a tube. I could stuff it full of stuff for a pillow if I had to, or whatever. Having this around your neck really helps your heat loss. I'm going to have a headlamp. Basically, you know, I had a flashlight last time, it's just this is going to be a lot better. Okay, tiny little bit of duct tape, one little thing of coffee, and one little thing of tea. A survival ration type bar. Cheapo emergency space blanket. Homemade Surefire tinder here, Surefire tinder. Homemade. I'll show you this when we get out to the woods. This is my survival shelter, my emergency shelter, right here. Really light. Stainless steel bottle full of water. That's everything I'm taking out. Like I said, you may think it's a little overboard, but at 7.5 pounds, I'll carry this all day long. Especially considering the amount of comfort this is going to give me if I get stuck outside at night. Or stuck in the woods, and especially at these temperatures. What else am I going to have on? I'm going to have a wool cap on. Now, I know last time I said I needed to wear orange. I could always substitute an orange hat or get a wool orange hat. A lot of people are making these wool hats nowadays. Same gloves, not a big deal. And I'm only taking this so that I match. No, it's still a nice wool thing. It's the second part of these Korean wool pants. You got your Korean War era wool flannel type top, and then a wool primitive shirt. All right, let's go get lost. Okay guys, well here I am back at my favorite log back here. The kit that I'm showing you, I'm not trying to represent it as being the best survival kit, the one everybody should take, or even a complete kit. All I'm trying to show is that a very light kit, whatever you may choose to bring with you, so long as it has some of the real basic things, some shelter, capability to make some fire, things like that. Maybe even an extra coat, because I'm starting to get just a tiny bit hot, warm walking around here. I'm layered. I can take off my hat. I can adjust things to adjust my core body temperature. Those are the things you should have in your pack. What those items may or may not be is totally up to you. Like I said, that's going to depend on your experience level as well. Should I have a compass and a map? Absolutely. I probably wouldn't get lost if I had that. Although, you know, sometimes you can misread it or whatever. You could have an injury or something. Anyway, we're lost again. I've probably got an hour left of daylight. So instead of being the inexperienced hunter and keep pushing on, I realize I'm lost. I've been lost now for maybe a half hour. I need to just stop. This is the best I've found for a shelter. I need to try and clean it up a little bit. I'm just going to have to sit tight. I left a plan with my wife. Tomorrow morning when I'm not there at noon, she's going to send someone out looking for me. So, and really, you know, you could have made that 7 o'clock at night or something like that, but, you know, she knows I'm going to be sleeping out here. All right. Let me see what I can do, some things that I can do to affect my comfort so that I can survive the night out here. Okay, here's my shelter system. Got some stakes, various pieces of paracord and bank line. A couple of drum liners. Let's set this shelter up. Grab one of these drum liners. See what we can do. Okay, there's my cozy little home for the night. Alright guys, I've been working a little bit hard, not too bad, but enough to where I wanted to shed my shirt. I always like to have one more thing to put on. We'll see when I compress it. I'm going to end up compressing it a lot more than that, obviously. I kind of ran out of daylight. I need to collect some wood. If I find the grass in here is not deep enough, I might go get some more. I don't know, I might just try to make this work. I'm going to have a fire anyway, so yeah. Okay guys, I like to gather some wood for either emergency in the middle of the night or for tomorrow morning first thing. That way I don't have to, you know, you're cold when you first wake up and stuff. You want to be able to get a fire right away. So I got some birch bark and stuff and some semi-smalls right there. And then that's my fire bed. Some of it's my fire lay. A little piece of bark right there is where I'm going to start it at. Little tiny bunch of twigs there. We've got some fuel. Not real big because I don't have a saw or an axe or anything like that. But that's what I've got. If I were to rely on this for an all-night fire, I'd be pretty bummed about 11 o'clock. It's only 5, it's 5:45 right now. So I don't really need a fire right now. I've been working hard. No sense in having a fire. I'm going to get a drink of water and keep on getting some dead wood. Now one of the reasons I chose this, first of all, I would love to, where's it at? I would love to have used that root ball as a backstop, as a reflector for my fire. There are a couple things that were preventing me from that. First of all, it was quite a big hollow where that root ball came from, and there's a bunch of rocks in there, and I didn't want them exploding all night long. And plus, you know, it was below the level of my shelter. Would I like a reflector here? Yes. I'd like a ham sandwich too, but that ain't gonna happen. I need to just get a bunch of wood and make do with what I got. This is all downed wood right here. It's a little bit bigger piece than I can process, but I've been over there grabbing some stuff from it. So this piece right there, I might see if I can't muscle that piece around. Now you gotta be careful. You're out here exerting yourself and stuff, you get hurt. So I'm just gonna take it slow. That's inside the shelter, or right on the edge of it. Okay, well I can either put on another layer of clothes, or I can start a fire. I'm kind of thinking it'd be nice to have something hot to drink right now. It's not too bad out. It's like 20. I'll put my Surefire down in there. Hopefully it's Surefire. All right, let's build ourselves up a good bed of coals here. That's inside the shelter, or right on the edge of it. Okay guys, well it's almost time for me to go to bed. I need to get this fire away from my shelter a little bit more. Wow, that's hot on the knees. It's too close, it's popping. Too close, you know, you gotta be careful with this debris bag or whatever. You're sitting on a tinder bundle and all that plastic and all that crap. So I'm gonna get this fire away from me a little bit, let it die down a little bit and move it away. Now I've got a nice bed of coals. I got the snow melted and everything, but I can get this fire, this molten lava away from me. Anyway, it's about 40 degrees right here on the outside edge of my shelter. I already had to shed one more layer of clothes. I boiled up my Pathfinder bottle. I'm going to let it cool just a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on it and put it in my wool sock thing. I'm going to cuddle with that tonight for a little bit anyway, give me some heat. And I just did a little tiny bit of canteen cup of water. I'm going to put it by the fire again one more time. I just been melting snow and stuff, but I want to drink a little bit more fluid, get a little bit more warm, you know, hot liquid in me, and go to bed. So it's definitely a lot more comfortable than the last time. I can tell you that right now. I got something to do, you know, tend the fire. Just everything is just a lot more comfortable. See you guys a little bit later. Maybe I'll wake up in the middle of the night, stoke the fire or something like that. You know, who knows what's going to happen. All right, I'll get back with you. Alright guys, well, it's only about midnight. Now I whipped out the space blanket. It was flipping hot as heck when I had this long fire going. But I had a limited amount of time to gather firewood. And besides that, the wind has kicked up pretty darn good. So I need to move the long fire closer, but I'm sitting on a tinder bundle using a blanket that's basically like wrapping yourself in gasoline. Maybe not quite that bad, but it's really kicking out some heat now, so it's good. But I get the wind shifting, and so it's making sparks go everywhere. I get kind of worried and kind of geeked out about that a little bit. But anyway, I need to go gather some more firewood. I've got some nice logs, but they're not burning through all the way in time for me to, you know, basically using the fire to cut them in half. It ain't working out so good. So, need to go get some more wood. It's definitely a lot warmer though. Actually, now it's hot. Yeah. Well, that's how I slept last night. Slept being kind of an optimist term. It was just basically a battle of keeping the fire going, getting warm, trying to go to sleep, and trying, you know, it certainly wasn't a pleasant night, but at least I survived. And that's what that kit was all about, was just trying to get me to survive. Try to survive the night. It's about 15 right now. And I did have to get up several times and try to find more wood. Luckily, my area, I've got a lot of down wood. And then I was trying to be real careful too with all this popping and stuff that it wouldn't get on my space blanket. I'm going to test the flammability of it right now, because I'm not really sure. I'm sure it says it's flammable. But anyway, it was a good windbreak because the wind definitely kicked up. So there you go, guys. A little bit different when you have a kit. You know, the temperatures were about the same, a little bit colder this morning than it was last time. But you need to have a kit in order to, you need to have a survival kit when you go out into the woods. Otherwise you're just asking for trouble. And I think these 2 episodes prove that. So, alright guys, I'm kind of a little out of it. I just woke up. So, alright, take care guys.